What's
Bruce,
Riley's status?
Skated today, as you saw, progressing well. I don't believe he'll play tomorrow, but we'll make that decision tomorrow. But he's trending well, but tomorrow looks doubtful.
Anything on Wingles?
Wingles is still, evaluated by doctors today. Obviously not on the ice for that reason. Again, tomorrow will be a better read on him. I'd put him as questionable for now. Would rule him out, but we'll see in the morning.
Would Ryan or Brian be the next man up?
We'll have to think about that one through, which we've already begun doing. I think Ryan played really well when he was here. The first 12 games, we plan on using Ryan. Just want to pick the right time. So if he went in, we do prefer him on the left wing as opposed to center or right. So that factors in. Ryan can move over. Gio's a right winger, so we've got options there. So the answer to your question is I don't know today.
Yeah.
What is it about this time of year where that David Backes can become the impact player that you know he was 4 or 5 years ago? It seems.
I think the game simplifies. More straight lines. There's more get pucks behind, forecheck, physicality, get to the net, dirty goals, right up his alley. All of those things. You know, there's less freewheeling, less open space. You got to fight for your space. And again, he excels at the former. So that type of game. I think it's as simple as that. Big body guys with good hands and will tend to have good, resumes in the playoffs, and he certainly has that.
Coach, this is a fault.
Would he be considered kind of maybe like a throwback for his willingness and ability to go to those dirty areas?
Well, he's an older guy, so yeah. I mean, to a certain extent, yes. I mean, the modern day player is more about speed and hands and creativity, and he's a little more straight line and complement. Certainly complement. We can't have 12 of one or 12 of the other. I don't believe you're starting to see the pendulum swing more towards the more skilled guys. If they're smaller, that's fine. Whereas before it was the heavier, bigger bodied guys. So, but yes, he's certainly more maybe old school than new school. Yet I still think those guys that have success in the league, they're a little bit older, clearly adapt to this style. They wouldn't be able to play.
You look at his playoff history. I mean, he was on some really good Blues teams that just couldn't quite get over the hump. Obviously knows the value of being in the playoffs, and you never know if you're going to have an opportunity again. Do you see him conveying that to the young players?
He gets the big picture, that it's if you want to have success, it's every night, it's consistency, it's ups and downs, and you're in it for the long haul. He talks about that. We have other guys that clearly, well aware, have been through it twice. They accomplished their goal once. They're very close. So we've got lots of guys in that room that understand what it takes this time of year. They're trying to impart that knowledge on the young guys, impart it on the head coach as well. I talk to them about that all the time. They're a good resource for me as well.
Do you move Rick Nash into that category too, with that as a veteran guy that's not afraid to against that?
Yeah, he's there. He was, what was it against LA, 5 or 6? They lost a lot of overtime games, so he's been close as well with the Rangers. So he knows the value. I think with Rick coming here late, his challenge at first was, where do I fit in? How do I complement David Krejci? Where do power play, learn the system? So he had some other things to worry about, kind of like David did at the start of last year. So there's a comfort level too. But once the puck drops, you saw it last night. I thought for a guy that missed some time was a real effective player for us. It didn't look like him this time. So he's a hungry guy right now that wants to do his part.
Why do you think the power play's been so good since the beginning of March? It seems like from that stretch on, it's been pretty dominant.
Well, I always say it's cyclical, so we run a nice one. Usually it's not 6 weeks. It's you get hot for 2 or 3 weeks, you get cold for a week or two. Try to get the hell out of those cold snaps. But I do believe that first unit has developed a lot of chemistry now with with the change at the deadline. They throw Nash in front, Marshy on the half wall, and Krug. They run nice switches. So there's you can't pinpoint, okay, who's going to be in the half wall, who's always shooting up top. I think Pasta's moved around better. Still able to find Berge in the bumper. We've moved him a little bit here and there. I think Nash is more of a net top of the crease presence than maybe Marsh was. Marsh was good there, but just a little different flavor. So that's always a threat to throw it into him for that quick tip. So I think it keeps people away from the bumper. The D have to make a choice. You know, if they're going to go attack the half wall, where's the other one going? Is he cheating to Birdie or Nash? So they got to make decisions. I think our guys have been good at finding it. I thought yesterday in that one power play, in the third, I think it was the start of the major, when they jumped us, that's when, you know, we had a little bit of trouble and weren't as crisp. And when we're moving at crisp and quick decisions, we're generally good. I thought Krejci's group last night, we made a small adjustment, worked out well having David closer to the net as opposed to up high in the elbow. And, you know, worked out well for us last night. We'll see how it goes tomorrow and through the rest of the series. Other than that, it comes down, to me, execution. When your top guys are executing, you're going to make plays, you're going to have your chances. Do they go in? Some nights they do, sometimes they don't. So when they're executing and on, just like a lot of power plays, they're going to be dangerous.
With Brad and Patrice, they're so good and tight when they're supporting each other in terms of going after the puck. But then when they get their spacing correct, like when they spread out and then you throw David in that mix, like how does that open up your playbook when you can kind of separate?
Well, they have a natural chemistry. You know, that goal's a great example. You know, we get a puck behind their D. It starts there, you win the puck. We talk about winning pucks. So we get there first. So they know if we're going to get there first, okay, where's my outlet? Because you're going to get closed on. And they're good at, okay, I'm going to bump it behind that, I'm going to walk up the wall. They just have that ability to read off one another. And when it changes sides, now you got separation like Marshy does. He's a hard guy to play one-on-one when he has separation of body position. I think in those situations, the teams that have had success are basically, okay, I got to find the dangerous guys, and he's going to make his moves and close off those passing lanes. And they weren't able to do that. We got it through there. I mean, listen, you got a great coach over there. They got a great team. I'm sure they're saying we got to get those lanes, but it's easier said than done when those guys have been doing this. Like the goal pass to score, you had a little fake going to the net, pop back out, and happen like that, and bang, it's on and off the stick. So that's talent. That's IQ. You know, and that's when they're dangerous. But what allowed them to do that was a smart play in the neutral zone to get the puck behind them when they had a good gap, and then get it back. And that's what they do well. They know, you know, where they're going before the puck gets there. Great anticipation, and I do believe that has a lot to do with playing together for years and communication between the three of them. Because there's other lines that play together, and, you know, that maybe don't put as much emphasis on them talking in those situations that don't have the success, but they do. They value that a lot. And you see them face-offs; they're always talking. If you're around here watching practice, they're always, you know, they are a group that takes a lot of pride in how they play, and they talk about